don't like that. It's kind of an ultimatum. Putting him in that position is so unfair. Are you kidding me?
Hey, welcome back to the Covell family, guys. Bachelor episode 9. 9. And it was a good one.
10, 9.
3 ladies left.
Hannah Ann, Maddie, and Victoria.
Yes. Let's get into it.
Serious business.
Episode 8 ended with Maddie going to grab Peter, and obviously he needed to tell him something important after the rose ceremony.
So she tells him, if it bang chicken wang wangs anybody, then she's gone.
If next week you were to like sleep with somebody else, like it would be really hard for me to like really like move forward in this. And I just feel like I owe it to you to like be upfront with you and honest with you about that.
Pretty much.
Kind of, I guess. Essentially, that's what it was.
Pretty much.
That's what everybody got from it anyways.
So what are you like saying? Like if I were to just like spend the night with someone else, is that something that you could do?
That's what I got from it.
Yep.
All the girls chilling, hanging out in their room that they all share together.
Okay, which is weird because
Kinda
I'm
weird.
pretty sure on all the previous seasons they did not share a room. Like they were all separated during the week. But this time they actually have them all 3 sharing a room, and it's so weird because then if they chose the fantasy date to go back the next morning, that's weird.
Awkward. So awkward.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
So weird.
Definitely kind of weird. So they're all hanging out, talking. Peter walks in, and he steals Hannah Ann. Mm-hmm. They go on a date. They start out with a little jet skiing, I believe.
Skiing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The last time I saw her at her hometown, at her parents' house, she told me that she's in love with me. And it just gives me so much confidence about us. And there's no questions, there's no doubts. I just want to keep this going with her.
Look like they had a pretty good time.
Yeah, except I feel like when things slow down, they act like they have chemistry. But I don't see it in their, activities. I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. And I just feel like it's kind of awkward. You don't think it's awkward at all between the two of them? It doesn't seem awkward?
No.
I mean, you are a man, so...
And I like Hannah
Doesn't surprise
Ann.
me?
And I like Hannah Ann.
Yeah, you just want Hannah Ann to win because you like her.
After their little jet ski extravaganza, they, of course, go to dinner. Mm-hmm. Good dinner.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I tell you that I am falling in love with you, I mean that with every single fiber of my being. And I want to thank you so much for not allowing any doubt to ever creep in.
Pretty good date. Pretty straightforward.
Pretty boring.
It kind of was.
Yep.
But they,
awkward.
of course, they get the fantasy suite card, and
Yep.
he has the girls read it.
Maybe you should read it.
Peter, Hannah Ann, welcome to Australia's beautiful Gold Coast. Should you choose to forgo your individual rooms, please use this key to stay as a couple in the fantasy suite.
And they act like it's a surprise every season when it says the same damn thing. Why don't you read this?
Well,
If you choose to forgo.
Hannah Ann chose to forego, and she went to the fantasy suite, and they show lots and lots of kissing, and I hate it.
Very content.
It's
Yeah,
too
you've
much.
never really been.
I don't like watching people kiss. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like maybe
Yeah.
a smooch, a mwah, but not like a,
And then they.
yeah, and put little weird little noises in the background. They were throwing so many little jabs about, you know.
Truly, the sky is the limit for us.
Yeah.
so many little hints.
Yeah, let's just do it.
But that was pretty much. All right, remember when she mentioned earlier when they, after Fantasy Suite, they go back and all three of the girls are there and it's awkward?
Weird.
Yeah, it was super awkward.
Hannah Ann sits down and like they kind of start talking and asking her like how it went, and you can tell, I feel like you can tell she feels so like it was just weird.
It was awkward, but then luckily it was Victoria's turn.
She totally downplayed it too. Like, yeah, it was good, but you know, whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
So then Victoria was up next for the date.
Victoria. They went on a helicopter ride.
Wow.
How beautiful.
Wow. Look at the coast there.
So pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Over
to a waterfall.
Yeah, to some really pretty waterfall over Australia. It was gorgeous. Wait, what part are we talking about first?
Victoria, their date. It was like going fine, kind of awkward at first because their last date was the fact that hometown got ruined. He didn't get to meet her family.
Yeah.
But anyways, and then she's like, oh yeah, everything's fine, and then, you know, until we fight, but we haven't fought. And then she's all, yeah. It's coming. You know it is, because she's like a loose cannon.
Yeah. Today's been going good.
It is.
So far, you know, we haven't.
Really well.
Had to run it. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, cheers to us never giving up. And to see, you know, hopefully the best is yet to come.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, so they go to dinner, and of course, you think it's about to
Get really
get
bad.
started. They always make it look like that in the previews, and then it turned out it was pretty good.
I told you last time, and it was like in a weird way, but like I am falling in love with you, and I don't know, tonight just like, yeah.
But I mean, gotta give him credit because it does kind of
Got a little saucy.
because you want to know like how it actually is,
Yeah, it's
because
true.
you know it's gonna be different.
They're still awkward. She's still like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain her.
I just
but
don't like how she was talking shit about Maddie, like how she's unraveling now that it's getting down to the wire, but Victoria's been unraveling the whole time.
Yeah,
She's a loose cannon.
they pretty much talk about he doesn't want her to push him away and like run away, and you know
She finally opened up though.
yeah, she
about,
said it
like,
had to do
why.
with like her boyfriend who
her last relationship.
I don't know. I mean,
You do know why.
no, I don't. I'm trying.
And I'm not saying that it was right, but there was a reason you didn't feel good enough.
I mean, I just didn't feel good enough because it made me like.
Can you guess if they went to the fantasy suite? Yes, they did.
Ding.
And she had to read the card yet again.
If you choose to forego.
Luckily, they don't go to the same fantasy suite. That would be kind of weird.
Yeah, so weird. And then she went back. Okay, but they did
a little
the
more
fantasy
jabs
suite.
too.
Yep,
More
way
jabs
more
about-
jabs with them.
Little.
Yeah. Anyway, so she goes back the next morning. She like totally is open with giving details. Like, oh yeah, it was really good. Yep, I got the clarity. Blah blah blah. And
Got
Maddie
the
was
Clara
just
D. She got the Clara D.
like, so true. She did. You could tell.
Yeah,
They
she did.
probably all did except Maddie.
Okay, so of course, next up is Maddie. She's got her date, and it started pretty good.
Yeah. They climbed to like 1,000,000 feet high.
90 stories high.
Yeah, but it was no. I think
was-
the elevator only went up to 90 stories, and then they went past that or something.
The elevator went to 77. They went to 90.
Yeah, whatever. I don't think he's right, but I don't think he's ever right. I'm always right.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh man.
Oh man, this is freaking sweet.
You know, everything worthwhile is uphill. Everything that's worth it is gonna come with a fight, and it's gonna come with a struggle.
Oh my god.
Yep. Anyway, so it was really good though. It was a really good date. She finally admitted that she was like in love with him. She, I don't know, I guess found that out on the way up or something. It was a really good date. I feel like they have the most chemistry and they have the best relationship.
All right, so cut to dinner with these two.
And don't forget, she gave him the ultimatum.
Yeah, of course she said, I don't want it to sound like an ultimatum when she talked about it again at dinner, but it sounded like an ultimatum again.
Well, she says, like, I don't mean to make you feel bad about any decisions that you're making. I'm trying to put myself in your shoes, but it's just not happening. But I couldn't either. I would never go on a show like that because I couldn't deal with it. But if you're on the show, you kind of know what you're getting yourself into, so I feel like you kind of need to...
I don't like how she kept talking about, like, her standards.
Yeah.
Like, okay, they're your standards, but people have different standards.
Well, she even said that she was okay with other people having different and, like...
Come on, you're going on The
You're
Bachelor. Give me a break.
Contradicting yourself, girl, but I love you.
I'm not a big fan of Maddie anymore. I have no problem that she's a virgin, but I don't like how she went about doing it.
You just like Hannah Ann. I think how she kind of, like, portrayed it or whatever was like, I can't wrap my head around if you slept with somebody else and then a week later you're going to propose to me. Like, I can't accept an engagement after that.
I wouldn't be able to say yes to an engagement and continuing to, like, move forward if you have slept with the other woman. And
I can understand that, but...
I mean, yeah, it's a short amount of time, but...
You're going on The Bachelor.
Yeah, you kind of know.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
So she pretty much says to him, I'm not going to ask you, but I pretty much need to know. Yeah, I don't want details. I need to know, though, if anything happened, so she knows whether she can move forward with it, because she said she wouldn't be okay with it.
I mean, I don't know how else to do this, but like, I'll just be very honest and I won't give any details, but I have been intimate and I can't lie to you about that.
And of course, he's like, well, I can tell you I was intimate. He didn't say anything else, but...
She was, like, silent for the longest time before she, like, asked to be excused from the table, and they were separated. Peter started crying, which I... Doesn't happen very often. I feel like... I don't know. Maddie's the girl. That's how I feel.
Yeah. Well,
he asked her, like, please not walk away.
I mean, like, torn, but it's not like what I expect and what I need versus, like, how I feel about you. No, I won't walk away.
Don't walk away. Don't.
Like, you know.
Yeah, he went and got her and was... He really doesn't want her to leave. I think that whole part right there was... He likes Maddie.
Yeah.
He likes Maddie a lot.
Yeah. And she ended up walking away.
Bye. All right, so after she walks away, they cut... I mean, that's the end of the episode.
Yeah.
But they cut to one thing that Taryn had mentioned in a previous episode.
Bring her home, Peter!
Let her go. That's what love stories are made out of. Bring her home. Bring her home to us.
And what did you say? What was she talking about when you...
See, so my prediction was that he did Bowchickawowow, so Maddie leaves, and then he's close to proposing to somebody, but he just can't do it because he misses his Maddie. So then he talks to his mom, and his mom's like, Peter, bring her home to us.
And
so then I think he goes after Maddie.
I'm so sorry. Like, from the bottom of my heart, I'm so sorry. I swear to God, I never, ever envisioned this.
I think he sends both Victoria and Hannah Ann home. And he goes after
Don't do
his
that to my
girl.
girl.
And he apologizes from the bottom of his heart.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Maybe
that's
I
what
went about
happened.
this week the wrong way. You think, Peter?
Yep, pretty much.
You're just
Pretty
now
much.
figuring this out. Get your shit together.
Hey guys, did you want to say that? You want to finish it off?
Little
All right, I guess I'll
scallywag
finish it off.
here. She woke up.
Well,
People new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button.
turn on those notification bells.
Yes.
There's a big thumbs up.
Yes.
And we'll keep you
Up to date with Bachelor videos.
updated with
And lots of other things.
Next week is, it
Women
sounds
Tell
like the
All.
Women Tell All.
Woo.
2 weeks from now is the finale. And it looks like it's going to be a good
Am
one.
I right? Is it Maddie?
Peter's girl.
Peter's girl.
I think it is. Maddie's the girl. Maddie's the winner of it all.
Yes.
Of all the roses.
You are so bad at dancing right now, Dad.
Boom, boom.
Bye.